You give me one chance.
All right, yeah, 7 p.m. Tuesday, May 5th, 2026. We'll call to order our regular city council meeting for the city of Belgrade. We'll start with our pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, have a roll call, please.
John Sanford,
Here.
John Popovich,
Here.
Dan Heinrich,
Here.
Joe Orr,
Here.
Jane Barber.
Okay, we have all members with the exception of Jane tonight. Our minutes from our previous regular city council meeting, April 7th, 2026, and we also had our special city council meeting on April 16th, 2026. I think we can do one motion to accept those minutes.
Support that.
We have a motion and support. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next item on our agenda is setting our agenda. So we'll entertain a motion to set the agenda.
I'll make that motion with the correction of the 9.4 to 9.5.
Okay. We have support. Okay, we have a motion and support. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. And moving on then to item number 6 on our agenda, citizens' comments.
We have Colton here for 4-1s, representing 4-1s, who wants to talk to us about a little project they're planning for 4th of July weekend. Go ahead, Colton.
So July 3rd, Chris Redburn with the Redburn Band, we got a hold of him yesterday. I spoke with him, and we'd like to do kind of a small venue concert. I shouldn't say small. It's going to be, the last time he played, it was when Mugshots was still here. And he said that he was with Saving Able, and they pulled about 600 people into the city. And just being at the holiday weekend and everything, I thought it'd be a good thing to do. Me and Megan, we spoke a little bit more this morning about like kind of a little bit more details. Like I said, this is all brand new, so everything's kind of out in the open. That we were gonna charge like $5 to get in. We're gonna have the whole sectioned off area on that map that I kind of gave you guys. The little yellow box there, right at the top corner or top left corner. That'd be kind of where we set the band. We talked to, I'm sorry, I don't remember the gentleman's name that owns the funeral home.
Gres.
Yeah, he gave us permission to be able to use that and the parking lot there. The orange lines there would be where the fence would be going. We'd have a few different entrances. Obviously, we would have to have security, people checking IDs and stuff like that, especially if we're planning on bringing 600 people in there. I'd like to get some form of security, just kind of make sure people aren't walking off with alcohol, stuff like that, keep everybody safe. A few different entrances to be able to get in with all checkpoints and stuff. The green lines right there, I talked with Angie at IGA and with Sky at Stormy's there for additional parking, and they told me that they were all good to go with it, just as long as their insurance companies allows it. Just with the alcohol sales and stuff like that, they don't want to be held liable if somebody drives and gets hurt. They know that we'll possibly have to pull an insurance umbrella for that day to kind of keep us more liable and just kind of keep everybody covered just in case. I also want to make sure that you guys understand that we will take responsibility on the cleanup of all those places, especially on the streets and everything. If anybody's like parking on the street, we'll take full responsibility on cleanup. There's a couple other things that I can't remember off the top of my head. Everything that I kind of wanted to say, but if you guys have any questions for me, I'll answer them to the best of my ability. But like I did say, like this is like brand new, and like we just really want to be able to pull the permits and make sure that that was the other thing. We wanted to do this at night, obviously with the noise ordinance. I believe that it's 11 o'clock quiet hour. We'd be done by 11 o'clock and everything, so that way we're not making anybody mad. So if you guys have any questions for me, I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability.
The last time they were here was at the alley. Sean had them here.
Where was it, Joe?
At the alley. when Sean was running that as a venue.
Wasn't that Mugshots? I thought that was the name of it. I thought that was the name of the alley. You know?
Yeah.
I thought that was the name of the alley, but yeah, okay.
Well, one thing, and I don't know, where, Michigan Electric Control is gonna be with it. They will probably ask us for a resolution, so you making a presentation today is great. One thing I would recommend is completely closing off any entrance to US 23.
Oh, I get what
You know,
coming from
you're
our
showing on
perspective.
your drawing that you have, your driveways open. If you don't need your driveways, I would completely close that off so nobody could stumble, walk out, come in through US 23. That's just a recommendation I
Even
would give.
pedestrian, you mean.
A pedestrian,
I
yeah,
get it,
pedestrian
yeah.
walkway.
That makes sense. Like I said, it was just a quick
Yeah.
drawing.
Yeah.
Thought processes, you know. But yeah, that makes complete sense. One other thing, I'm so sorry. The old liquor store that's there, Megan has mentioned that she would like to try and get that ripped down and cleaned up before the concert on the 3rd of July. If that does happen, I would assume that we would probably want to move the band to probably right up against the building there where that blue dot is, and face out. Just that's a big if because I know that that's a project in itself. Getting that cleaned up and be able to people to be able to walk on that with safety and everything like that. So
You guys own that building now?
of course, yeah,
Yeah, you need an asbestos abatement on that, and that,
take a while.
yeah, you're 2 months out. It would be pushing it to even get that paperwork taken care of.
Okay. Okay. I'll tell Megan that I have no idea on all the ins and outs and all the red tape that would
Yeah,
have.
we'd be very in support of that, but it's just, it takes time to go through all the red tape, right?
Yeah.
I guess, do you think that's I guess, overflow parking? Do you think that's enough parking with those two locations? That's the big thing that stands out to me. You're talking about several hundred people.
Just in Megan's cousin.
Yep.
That's the laundromat as well. Yeah, so I think so. They said they did 600 people, but that was with a bigger band than they were. I would assume that we're probably going to match that with the size of IGA's parking lot. Um, and then, we also talked about doing possibly shuttles from the hotels as well. Whoever stayed at the hotel getting shuttles. Chris Redburn said that he has a 24 passenger bus that we could use. I know, oh my gosh, Dan over at Big Bend Campground. I was going to see if I could talk with him about possibly that kind of stuff as well, and maybe trying to
Okay.
help facilitate a little bit more of that so we're not congesting too much in town. I don't know, like I said, I don't know like the ins and outs of everything. I'm trying my best here with the day's notice.
The other recommendation I'd make, and I don't know if council would allow it or we'd have to do it, but closing off Mackinac from US 23 to Michigan Avenue, or a portion of it.
I guess I'd be in support of that. You're talking about an evening type concert, right? So you're not talking about it be all day on the 3rd, right? It'd be probably from 6 p.m.
Yeah, I was thinking like, kind of people start showing up around 5, 6 o'clock
Yeah.
because we're going to be open throughout the day. And
Right.
the thought process is I told Megan yesterday is I'm not dealing with liquor. I said beer, wine, seltzers, that kind of thing in beer barrels outside. We'll sell and do cash only kind of thing. I just don't want to deal with liquor, shots, people taking shots and stuff like that. That's a cause for disaster in itself. And then before all this happens too, I want to make sure that the whole staff is TAM certified, which is Techniques of Alcohol Management. Certified is one of the certifications that all managers basically have to have at a bar. And it helps the more people that have it in a restaurant, the smarter that we are. So I just want to make sure that everybody that's going to be serving or not, make sure that they're all TAM certified so that way we can kind of call it, make sure that we're cutting people off. And, I want this to be more of a family event. I know that Chris is more of a rock band, so it's a little bit out there, but I don't want a bunch of swearing and stuff like that. That's one big conversation that I had. So,
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea to close Mackinac, at least the block or half of the block there. let people freely cross pedestrian wise to get their vehicles and stuff. And if the IGA is gonna participate in parking, then they could use the Michigan Avenue exit out of that parking lot rather than coming out on Mackinac. I think that would be much safer event.
Yeah, there's no business that'd be affected. You know, we talked to Laura Sassy Scissor and what's going on in that building. And
You had conversation with Lori yet?
I haven't. I don't know Laura, and I just started doing this today. I spoke with the two of them, and then I was like, oh shoot, I should probably do that too. So that was kind of on my agenda for tomorrow.
Yeah, she's gonna be getting right in the middle of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe you could have a specific area set up for crossing to that parking lot at
You definitely could, you know, like
the restaurant.
With some of the fishing tournaments, you guys have had crossing guards to help people get across, right?
yes,
That's just,
I gotta remember this is Friday.
I know, it's gonna be,
July
as busy as it gets probably right
Yeah.
about that time, so.
Yeah, I would be a little
Yeah.
concerned if anything happened on US 23.
Yeah, I think, like I say, keeping people, if you can, with some barriers behind the sidewalk, right, you know, that'd probably be about as good as it's gonna get, right? Having a barrier between the roadway and your people, or, you know, some physical separation, be a good idea.
And if actually what it take from us to facilitate this other than closing that street?
Uh,
Are there any permits involved that we need to sign off on or anything like that?
I tried to find something on a special event permit, and we don't really have anything. We have two residents that are near, and the assisted living facility. The two residents, I'd be concerned in making sure that they know what's going on. At least let's hear their opinion on it,
Mhm.
and that's something I can get with Colton to do. But I'd like to at least, like I said, hear their concern.
The two of them right in the backyard there, and then. Did anyone live in the old Deisler flower shop there?
No.
That's a company. Hills Barber Shop. What? Pat Hills Barber Shop. Okay, whatever generation you're from, right? I still call it Old Sill Vaughn's Hill. I know, I do too, at times, yeah. Yeah, you know, they're gonna have this. Have you talked to the people on Michigan Avenue that live right by us? That's what he just said, he needs to
I
talk
have
to
not.
them. Yeah. Oh,
I have
okay. Cause Finley's live right there now and. You said you have talked to him?
I have not.
Oh, okay,
This was all kind of on my agenda tomorrow.
all right.
To make sure that I go and kind of talk with everybody. I just didn't know, like I said, this is the first time kind of going about setting something like this up in a smaller town. So like going around, like I don't know the ins and outs. I definitely want to let everybody know what's going on. You know, if obviously the two neighbors right behind us. I know one of them is a little bit newer. I haven't met any of them yet, but offering them something, just to, keep the peace. Definitely don't want to, step on anybody's toes.
3 meals for 2 months or something like that. 3 meals for 2 months.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect. I'm gonna do catering right out of their over that fence right there.
There you go.
Alright, any other discussion or anything you want to bring up?
Proposal or something ready for us to act on next meeting then, is that the thought?
Really, we got to see what the state does to it. I mean, if he pulls together, then we would just might have to get together and have something next meeting. Yeah, but I don't think we need to put together a public hearing.
We don't usually have to do a resolution for a temporary, like, for like other events, like car show, for example, we don't.
Street closing if you.
Just
don't
liquor
think-
license.
Yeah, with street closing, and I don't know if with the area they're covering, if I don't know what the Liquor Control Commission is going to ask for. But like sometimes they ask for a resolution that they extend or change their liquor permit.
outside sales and stuff,
Yeah.
it's through the liquor control commission.
Next meeting.
Because the July meeting, regular meeting is not until after four, so.
Don't work ahead of you.
Yeah, let us.
Definitely support a project like
Yeah,
this.
Texas, you can have please.
It's
All right,
recorded, it's on.
Bring a proposal next meeting for you guys, let you know what's going on with liquor commission and everything. Would I need to contact the Aranac police about the road? That one I don't understand.
Oh, that would be city closure, and then we'd run it through our police department.
Back and all there is a seat.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
City.
Okay, so just bring the proposal on what's going on and what resolution.
Share with Dale at least 3 or 4 days ahead so he can have proper wording
Of
on
course.
everything that we
Yeah.
need. Especially the liquor control commission needs some kind of.
That's a pretty standard form. Basically what they're just gonna tell me, like I was saying, is it's gotta be fenced in. I have to make sure that, we have security, making sure that people aren't walking in and out of the area. It's actually quite simple to do that. 'Cause I know for the USPG, or, yeah, that's what we gotta do. Yeah, it was basically just because it's all on our property and we're not doing it throughout the city, so we don't have to worry about that. We just have to make sure that our insurance lines extend to the parking lots, and then the fence around the area that people will be consuming alcohol is basically really what they're gonna tell me, and then just whatever I think it's like a $75 fee. That's really all it is, and and then the duration that they're gonna ask for.
So everyone is gonna be contained to this orange area that you got there? Okay, then the IGA is just parking?
Get scrubby to let them park there too, park rent.
I'm sure all of them would. I mean, they'd be
I think pretty
closed.
much all the surrounding businesses will be support of that.
Yeah.
They won't want you to pay $10 or something for parking in their lot, but
And that's kind of what I was thinking. If they want to charge, like, by all means, like that's literally what I was thinking. If they want to charge for parking, by all means, like I have no issue with, like, we would have no issue with that. It's their parking lot, and like, I can't really tell them what to do. But I would hope that they would try to profit a little bit off that. With bees, with bees, I think that as much as she can get out there and put in a couple signages for the breakfast for the following day for 4th of July, I think that that'll bring in a lot with them. And then I know, like, if IGA wants to do like popcorn and stuff for people to bring over, because we had the conversation that I just don't think that being open for service with 600 people is a wise decision, because I'm a good cook, but I'm not that good. And yeah, I think that the inside is just gonna kind of be like for the band and people, and it's just gonna be an outside event. We're just gonna do everything straight outside, beer, liquor, and we'll have wristbands for people over 21. And I just want to make sure this is as safe as possible. This is a small town. This isn't Bay City like I'm used to, because I used to work like the wine walk down there. This isn't that, and I don't want it to be that. I want this to be more, like I said, family oriented and just, right for the town. So
Thanks. Look forward to June, some
Yeah.
more information.
is it I'm assuming it's the first Monday of
Tuesday.
it's day Tuesday.
One thing we should put on our agenda is when the next meeting is. Looks like the second.
Yeah, we didn't change it or nothing, did we?
No, that's fine.
Anything.
Excellent.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Yep, thanks, Colton. Any listeners' comments? Round one, we got round two coming up later. If you stick around for the whole feature here. Okay. Moving on then to item number 7 on our agenda, our All Gray City Police Chief report. If it's not with us this evening.
No, he had a fire engagement. And in front of you, you see his report of what's happening. Pretty much the same. Again, nothing. It's a good thing. Nothing exciting, which is
Right.
great.
Our full-time officer is on Main Street right now, so don't know if he's been catching anybody, but the sign,
Oh,
the
yeah,
speed sign.
okay. Yeah.
All right, no one have any comments for our chief, then we can. All right. Then old business, don't have any old business tonight, our agenda, so we'll move on to new business. First item is 9.1, Aranet County foreclosure list.
The foreclosure list is in your packet. There are 6 properties under there. 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 properties.
So we've got 3 boat slips,
3 boat slips.
which
8.
we're probably not interested in any of them,
No,
right?
we're not interested in anything here.
Mayor's boat slip, no.
No.
Okay.
Uh,
Sleepy Oaks, obviously we're not interested in that either, right? Then what is South Main Street? Is that an actual?
The vacant, it's the
lot?
vacant property. It's 3.5 acres. That's funny shaped. That surrounds Pioneer Village.
Oh, okay.
It kind of extends out to US 23 with a finger. It's got a section behind Pioneer Village. It's got a small section on Main Street, and then a little tab going out to Main.
Yeah, there's that guy that bought the big hookah property, by like the lumber yard and stuff like that. I wonder if he'd be interested in that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Eugene.
I think it's
Yeah, it is in the old,
or Scott even. I mean, it'd be nice if Scott just consolidated it all, right?
He would be the one you think would do the most good, but I'm sure when he sees the sign up, he'll be all over
Yeah,
it. But
yeah.
we're not interested in any of them that I can see.
Sure,
So we just
yeah.
need a motion that we're not interested, and let the county proceed and send them to auction.
I'll make that motion. But we have a motion and support. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. We're turning down our interest in those properties. Okay, item 9.2 on our agenda is our property assessing. Looks like we have a contract renewal. And this would be a renewal with Brandon, right? So yeah, I don't know. I guess what is this? I guess compared price wise to what he's just been doing
We
normal
did
increases,
just,
right?
yeah, he's been very fair, cost of living increases, and does a great job for us. I mean, he's here, the residents can talk to him, and he's available and conscientious, and recommendation is just give another 3-year contract. Even is over the 3 years, it's cost of living or 5%, which is ever less over the next 3 years.
Does he want to update any of these typos in here?
No, those are contract after contract.
It says ti- 90 days, but then 60 in parentheses. So I don't know. I think don't you take the value in parentheses as the yes.
Yeah, he's got that on the computer. I can mention it to him.
That's another one. I think it said City of Standish here.
Oh,
So we need to adopt this with corrections.
mhm.
Okay. Any discussion on our city assessor agreement?
I think so. I mean, he's been our assessor now for a while, and it seems to be working good with
5 or
everybody.
6 years, yeah.
5 or 6 years, just him, right? As Sunrise or
Just him. He may have off and on. He does have an office assistant or somebody to track down. I don't think he had someone for a while. His sister was for a while, but I don't think she's working with him.
when it's been Sunrise. It's been
Oh,
Brandon for
It's been branded. Yeah, he changed his name a couple of years ago.
I'll entertain a motion to accept this contract with the minor corrections.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, we have motion and support. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Next item on our agenda, 9.3, is our miscellaneous charges increase, which has to do with some of our DPW type charges.
Right, uh, we've been at least 11 years, 12 years with the same rates on some water services that they're not big. We don't have a lot of emergency turnoffs we don't have a lot of impact fees or tap fees, but we are lagging that we have not increased them in 11 years. And Levon was pretty proficient in going through and saying we should be doing something here, and I agreed. Our regular turn on turn off fee is $35. Emergency after hours, that's the big one. We're only charging $55. We roughly have cost us $150 to send the guys out for an emergency shut off. So we're getting behind on that.
Kind of cover your wages or something? Is that what you had in mind, or?
Well, we want to. I did a recommendation up there, and the two of the other ones, Dan, are there our water tap-in fee and our sewer tap-in fee. Those aren't just the costs of tapping in. They were supposed to be impact fees on our system. Our system was put in years ago to service a lot of different people. And the impact fees, the money goes into the water funds and the sewer funds, not just what it cost to build years ago, but when we have to maintain it and keep it up. So those are the impact fees. And the way we're set up now, we're charging $2,400 for water, $1,800 for sewer. If someone comes in and wants to hook into water, we charge them $2,400. If it comes out to 20, if the labor, the equipment charge, the materials comes out to $23.99, we've only made $1 on it for our impact fee. If it comes out over 2,400, we charge them the overage, so we have zero.
You do charge
impact
them
fee.
an overage?
If it costs more than 2,400, like they might have to bore underneath the road or something of that sort. So on these fees, I had it on my notes. What I'm recommending is we take our regular water turn off from $35 to $50. Our emergency turn off from 55 to 150, which will cover our costs of our DPW going out. I want to keep our water and sewer tap fees the same, but we would add on our labor, equipment, materials, or supplies to tap in. So we would be able to put that 2,400 or that $1,800, depending if it's water or sewer, into our water and sewer fund.
Yeah. You don't have any idea how much the extra equipment is or nothing?
That's going to vary on where they can tap in it and what supplies they supply. I know that's a real loose answer, but I don't know, Yvonne, you might be able to give a better example of what kind of bills we have in there.
Well, it seems like the 24 and 18, if it's on the right side of the road, that covers all of our costs. If they do a bore, it's always an additional cost. So you're probably talking 4,800 for water tap and 3,600 for
That's
sewer.
more,
Yeah,
what you're saying.
yeah.
Okay. That would just be if the board, then you'd add on X amount of dollars and,
Yeah,
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 well, that seems fair. Yeah.
We don't have many vacant lots left.
no, they don't have water and sewer.
And that don't have water that aren't hooked up. And um, the cost of having this service, what it costs to put in a well and septic right now is outrageous.
Yeah.
Also, but this is something that we have. If we would have been slowly having the increments on it, it would be, it'd been different. And also the water and sewer, you gotta remember, that's a one-time charge. That's once they pay it, it's
Yeah.
there forever.
There's nothing wrong with what you're proposing, just as long as we're being fair to we're fair, we're not trying to gouge people is what I'm getting at. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
We're not talking about a huge increase right now. It's not like we're tripling or doubling the
No.
run rates. So
You're doubling,
what's that
you're doubling.
with the extra?
We could be.
It could be. Mhm.
It depends on the situation, I guess.
If it's boring, you're getting closer to tripling it.
Right.
Yeah.
It'll still be boring because you still have your initial cost plus your boring costs.
Plus the $2,400 fee.
Mhm.
You still have that cost on top of the 24.
Right, you get $2,400 just flat fee, which goes for what?
It goes to our fund to maintain our equipment and theoretically what it costs to build the equipment.
Also what our sewer fees are supposed to be doing.
Right.
Struggle with the additional cost for building in the city. Building a new house in the city, we're adding to making that more expensive. So I'm struggling with this whole process.
Isn't maybe making people not want to come into the cities, which
It's just another
like you're referencing. You know?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
another, and it's not going to be a deciding factor for them. They're either going to want to come or they're not. It's just another in the negative column. It's just struggling with that. My head is all just verbalizing it.
Yeah.
I definitely get the the labor, equipment, supplies that you should have to.
Right. Yeah,
Oh.
absolutely.
Like you say, that you're saying like the tap fee itself, that goes into the fund, right? That's what you're.
Yeah, the base we're already doing. I mean, our monthly billings is supposed to include enough to cover depreciation and cost of repair and maintenance and stuff. And in our monthly fees, we try to structure that around that. And to do one or two or three how many taps a year do they do?
I would say if we did 3 was a lot.
Yeah.
I know we've had years we've had 0.
So it's such a small amount as far as the grand scheme of our funds.
It is, but the theory is when you build a plant, you build it for X number of places.
Right.
And so as people are coming into town, they have or building, the benefit to hooking in is you have to help pay for the system that you have. And that's what this is. That's the idea of an impact fee or a tap-in fee.
Is to help pay for the existing system.
Do you have an idea like what other communities their tap fees are? I know it didn't.
All over the board,
Yeah.
John. We are going to be on the higher end on this, not by much. Tawas does a fee plus costs on top of that. Standish, um, they have a flat fee. Tawas is a flat fee. I'm sorry, they're flat fee, 1,400 for water and 1,400 for sewer. Sewer has a $600. Tawas has a $1,400 flat fee plus a $600, and I think it's a debt reduction fee. I don't know what that one was for, plus the costs. So like I said, we are on the higher end by a few $100, but not outrageous.
The debt reduction would be, like you were saying, to pay for the existing system.
Well,
So they're picking into that bond or whatever payment, but I know that
we visit this every year. Either we've gone 11 years without.
White's Beach has got a astronomical fee, don't they?
I don't even take that into consideration. Do they got a real problem?
Yeah. Off the charts with their fees.
Yeah.
So you're looking for a motion to have 2,400, well, the 50, 150, and I think those are no brainers. But the 2,400 plus cost is what it amounts to, and 1,800 plus cost is the resolution.
And this can be effective for.
Starting in
What
2027.
I would recommend, yeah.
We'll entertain a motion then. That's what we're gonna do. If we have any more discussion.
Oh, you'll do it, I'll do it. I'll make a motion that we increase the regular turn on off rate to the 50, emergency after hours to 150, water tap in fee to 2,400 as a 2,400 plus cost, and sewer tap fee at 1,800 plus cost.
We have a motion.
Those are costs as passed on, actual costs.
Yeah, if we hire bullets like them, or
I'll support.
We have a motion and support. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to item 9.4, which is accepting bid for the MDOT grant for the paving of East and West Michigan, Albert Street, Water Street, and Saginaw Street. Saginaw Street. In that neighborhood.
Second Street, Water Street, Michigan Street, Michigan, and
now, yeah.
Elbert. Yeah, you got it. We went out for bids on the paving. We had three different companies submit bids, and for the project, in Saginaw Paving Company, which better known around here as Boland Paving, was a low bidder. The bids did come in quite a bit less than what the original engineer's estimate was. Our MDOT grant will pay for half of the project, and half the project, the grant would be for $164,333, and we have a resolution. We have, well, it's kind of a two-part. The resolution to approve the low bid and to move forward with the project.
Run boundaries for clarification again, please.
Of what's being paved.
Yes.
Michigan Avenue from West Street all the way through past 23 down to the river. Water Street up to Saginaw or Water Street, and then Saginaw Street back to US 23.
So Water Street from 23 to Saginaw, not to
Not going to
Michigan, Water Street, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Water Street, the whole thing. I was trying to draw my map here. Saginaw,
Okay.
up by that end, and then
So
Albert Street.
Saginaw from US 23 to Water Street.
Yep. Then Albert Street.
And so the only thing on this side of US 23 would be Michigan Avenue.
Yeah, because Franny and that's all been done back
Yeah.
here
Mhm.
in the last, what, 5
Yeah.
years probably.
A couple years back there. Yeah.
So that's block, it's that block of Saginaw. That was last done 32 years ago. So. Is this a overcoat or a
It's, it's going to be grind and repave.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you're current.
Yeah, there's other projects going in, Joe. There's and there's some curb work, gutter work going on that is including the grant. What is not including the grant is we still have valves that we have to replace on Michigan Avenue, where we still have some spots where the bolts rusted out and we had leaks. Those are not part of the grant, but they will be done and ready for the paving.
And paving this fall or fiscal year 27.
Boland wants to do it pretty quick. It might be done here. It sounds like it may start shortly after Memorial Day weekend.
Now, you're talking about the Saginaw company, but then you said Boland's are gonna
Yeah,
actually.
Boland's were bought out by that company.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, same
Levy.
I wondered why Boland's wasn't, they've been doing all of our,
They've been doing all of our work for us.
yeah, okay, great.
Yeah, Ace Saginaw purchased Bowens at the end of last year, I think it was.
Yeah, the paving
Nothing on
had to be
Mackinac,
done by
right?
September 30th. They want
Nothing on,
That's what I'm acting on.
won't affect Colton's party if it's not done. I'll make a motion that we adopt this resolution regarding the paving project as proposed. Support.
So we have a motion and support. Is this a roll call for resolution or no?
Dan Heinrich,
Yeah.
Bill Ward,
Yes.
John Popovich,
Yes.
John Sanford.
Yes. Okay, moving on from 9.4 to 9.5 then, which is our AT&T water tower upgrades.
We just had some major, not we, Verizon just came in with some major upgrades on the water tower. What we look at when they do upgrades on the water tower is adding any more weight to the water tower or anything that's going to catch wind. Like I said, Verizon did some stuff last fall. AT&T came along. They want to add a few things. They're taking very few components off, but they want to add more stuff. But they want to add it. It's all in the pack here. They want to add it in the tower, not on the top of the water tower. At the top of the water tower, we have a ring that they can add stuff to because we don't want a welding on the water tower, especially the tank itself. So they want to place these antennas below the tank itself on the tower. Heath did not feel it was going to be a problem. They would have to weld some brackets as long as the material is prepared. They're welded, primed, and painted again properly. I wanted more guarantees than that. So I reached back out to Mastech, which is handling this for AT&T, and I asked them 3 questions. The first one being more of a guarantee that it's not going to rust where they weld onto the tank. That was the first question. The second question was when Verizon updated the tank, they put more anchor bolts in. This is also on AT&T's proposal. I just want to make sure that they know it's done, or is this additional bolts? And this is the first time that I've experienced where they're adding more equipment and not taking a lot of equipment off. So my third question was, at what point do we charge more of a fee for adding more equipment onto the tower? I have not heard back from Mastech yet, so I'm asking to table this until we hear back from them.
They're proposing to do this below the water vessel on the
Yeah.
support column.
Sheet A3, Joe.
Yeah,
you got that there.
I'm looking at it now.
So they're putting that in.
Less money.
Yeah, a couple years ago. AT&T,
ago, I remember.
AT&T did. Yeah,
So they're going to the support column, not to the actual water vessel.
correct.
Should we entertain a independent structural engineer to evaluate this and add it to AT&T's, the cost of that to AT&T's cost?
We did that with Verizon. We approached them, and they came back as with their engineering company. And that was more of weight and weight calculations. What we would do is I want to see what their guarantee is first, and then we'd reach out to Nelson Tank, who did the painting and the repairs and the other stuff on our tank, and then get an idea what the cost them to inspect, and they would hire them as their inspector and pass it on to A&T. Yes, but we would do Nelson Tank. When it comes to structural integrity, we approached Nelson last time, and Nelson said we'd be using this company to do the weight evaluations anyway, so there was no benefit. But when it comes to the painting and the welding, it would be with Nelson. So
Yeah, just so we could get some kind of an independent third party evaluation, so they're not.
that's what I was looking at. I wanted AT&T to come back and say, we'll pay for your private third party.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to it, but there should be some benefit to the city residents and there should be some kind of guarantee for the city residents that it's not gonna damage our infrastructure.
Correct.
Yeah,
You have the, what do you call it on the top? Cage or whatever. I mean,
The ring, yeah,
the ring it's made for this equipment. I don't know.
yeah,
I
but
look
this,
at
this down here is not, and
Right.
we don't want the support column to the tank 12 years from now, that, that tank to have structural integrity issues because of what they do to it, is
Correct.
my, um,
yeah, that's why I said table it. I recommend table until we get more information.
I would totally agree. And also, if they're gonna add a bunch more equipment like that, then we should reevaluate, like you said, their monthly usage fees. There's gotta be some benefit to the city.
Yeah, the previous things that have been happening has been updating equipment. You know, taking a piece of equipment.
Leaving antenna down, putting a new modern one up,
Yeah.
whatever. This looks like it's gonna add a lot of burden to that tower, and we just need to do our due diligence on it, I guess. I would 100% agree that you table that.
motion then, Joe.
Were you looking for some kind of a motion on
I'm
this?
just gonna table
Table
it.
it.
Yeah.
Oh, they were looking for
No,
action.
well, they asked us to present at the meeting, and I haven't got an answer back from them, so I figured this might light the fire under getting an answer.
Okay. Then I would,
That if we table it,
I'll make a motion that we table it until we get more information from AT&T, including guarantees and against both damage to the tower and structural integrity of the installation.
We have motion and support. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. All right, we're moving on then from new business to our city manager report.
one thing I want to back up a little bit on Joe, we talked about the miscellaneous charge increase. I just want to throw out that I really think this board has done a great job in their due diligence to keep the cost of our residents down. I don't think we've raised anything that wasn't needed for the future of the community. I just want to bring that up because, last month we passed the putting the millage on to renew the mosquito millage. We were able
You reduce that
to
accordingly.
reduce that. So I think we're doing our job. If somebody goes back and say you're just going after the citizens, I don't feel that at all. I think, like I said, we do a great job.
I just my trouble with that was I don't want to handcuff us with cost against promoting more construction in town. That was my
Yeah,
only.
right. Yeah, understandable. But flip side too, we're keeping our water and sewer costs down.
Mhm.
We're some of the lowest. We are the lowest in the area, so we work hard at all that. South Court housing, we're getting close.
Wow, that's taking a long time, isn't it?
Longer than it should, but real close. Hopefully, the next time I talk about this with the council, we're having an open house. That's what. Campground expansion, little going on the sites themselves. The cabins have been delivered. They're in. They look nice. The electrical inside those cabins is complete. The park manager, Chris, he's working on finishing the inside, putting the bathrooms, a little kitchenette, flooring and stuff yet. So, Memorial Day is going to be a stretch to have them open, but they'll be into June to have those open. Ball fields, another one that's finally coming along. Fences going up. Thanks to Dan, has worked hard on the storage accessory building. I think that's all set to go, isn't it, Dan? We got that.
Yeah, we got some tables coming for inside tomorrow. We're supposed to be here from Bernard's. And that's pretty well lit there. I want to know when I can get that fridge.
I gotta pick it up. It's in Bay City right now.
Okay,
But I
alright.
can get it soon.
If you can, just,
Talk to
yeah, I know. Talk to the boss.
Parks and Rec.
Yeah, there you go.
But they will be playing ball this year on the fields. If you haven't driven by them, they look
They look
fantastic.
fantastic. I was noticing all the new fencing and stuff.
Yeah, looks real nice.
Our TIFA grants, we awarded, our TIFA property improvement grants, total of $56,577 to 7 businesses in town. Another project I think is great, another program. I want to thank the TIFA board uh, for approving that, doing the work on it and coming up with it. Um, Again, making our community look forward and it look great moving forward for our businesses. Uh, with grants, I want to bring up today is Give Local Day with Bay Area Community Foundation. May 5th, get a donation in. I don't know if it's 11 or midnight. Today, you go online to Bay Area Community Foundation. There are 4 organizations in Aranac County. Scroll down, you find those 4. You can donate, give them a card. Anything from a couple bucks to a couple hundred helps. Uh, all comes back to our community. 2 of them are their Jennings Foundations for the Historical Society and for the uh, um, animal control. The depot has one, and also the Internet Historical Society itself has one. So give local. Along with that, Internet Community Funds Golf Outing, who they've been very generous to us on donations and grants. Their outing's May 15th. You can get together a golf team. That'd be cool to golf out to Knowlview. Memorial Day Parade is May 24th. This is the 250th anniversary of our country. We'd like to have a great parade. And I guess the only other thing I got is Happy Mother's Day coming up to all the mothers out there.
Did you get a different side of it? Marie, did you get a
I'm done.
different side by side? What did you do when you get?
So,
What did you get?
Dale? Any questions or comments for Dale? From council? Okay, we'll move on then to item 11 on our agenda. Comments round 2. Any citizens' comments in round 2? You're gonna have to wait till June. Any comments again? All right, mayor comments 11.2. Just glad to see all these projects coming to a close here, hopefully soon, right? They'll have a new list in front of them, hopefully in a couple months here, right?
Start in September. I'll have a whole new list.
Other than that, we're looking forward to summer, obviously. I see our banners are all up, it looks like, so the town's starting to look great.
Yeah,
Well, half.
yeah. Our 250th anniversary banner
Oh, that's right. We got
coming in. They should be here first of next week.
Okay. All right, that's all I had for this evening. Moving on to 11.3, council members. John?
Same old. Nothing new under the sun.
Did you go to a county meeting?
I didn't go last Tuesday. I've got company.
You don't have to have an excuse. You just didn't go.
Well, I won't, normally in the summer I wouldn't go because I play in a Tuesday league.
Yeah.
I could have gone, except that a house full of people, you know how that is.
okay, you gotta take care of your relatives, John.
I see that. No, I know that.
Thanks, John. Joe?
Comment on what a good job the city crew is doing. Yeah. And as you can see by the list of stuff on Dale's list, he does a phenomenal job, especially researching all this foolishness. So I appreciate all of that kind of work. There's a lot goes into everything there. People don't realize how many hours you spend on each little topic. The houses are looking good in the north quarter. The ball diamonds are looking fantastic. I haven't been over the park since it was so wet over there, so I haven't seen the latest and greatest. But
It looks dry.
all the projects that are moving forward in the city are it's pretty cool. And everything is positive motion, which is just awesome. So that's it.
Thank you. Thanks, Joe. Dan?
No, I just kind of reiterate what Joe said. It's just things are coming together. It looks nice. I've been focusing on the ball diamonds more, but I usually go by the building, the houses they're doing, they're getting finished, so. Now we just need somebody to buy them.
Yeah.
That's all I got, John.
Right, thanks, Dan. Moving on then from comments to item 12 on our agenda, payment of bills.
Motion, we pay the bills.
Support that.
We have a motion and support. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Item number 13, approval of our financial statements.
Move, we approve the financial statement.
We have a motion and support. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Our final item on our agenda for this evening is adjournment.
Motion, we adjourn.
Was that a roll?
Yeah.
That's
Gotta
support.
go home with it. Tigers.
We have motion and support. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried.